Hello everyone, I'm back with another podcast, and this time I'm going to talk about me being an actor. What? Say what? No, yeah, that's the whole reason for this thing on my face. Though I might keep it a little because I'm kind of enjoying looking older. So I think I might keep it for some time. But let me talk about this strange journey, right? I mean, that's happened. Uh, so around about 2016, one of Selvaraghavan's assistants, somebody I bumped to recently during a screening of Maviran, he came to my house to audition me for a part. I think it was a CM role or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. But something about me, I was still shaving my head back then. So this, I was like, I had this bald look and, all that kind of stuff. So I think, something about me suggested that uh, that happened. But nothing came of that audition. I have a feeling that film was shelved. I don't know what happened to that film. I never heard back from this person. And then yes, we met again during Maviran, and he kind of filled me in on what kind of didn't happen. But then Balaji Taranitaran, he wanted me as myself, as in Bharadwaj Rangan is in conversation with director Ram and the writer Bava Cheladurai on a news channel in his film Sidakadi. So I said, okay, like by then I had kind of grown a little into the digital world. I was used to doing this, seeing people eye to eye, looking into the camera and all that kind of stuff, feeling less conscious about how I look. Less conscious about my voice, my accent. We all tend to be harder on ourselves than I think others are. They don't feel something strange, but when I hear my voice, I feel like, oh my God, this is such a squeaky voice. I mean, I wish I had a baritone. That kind of stuff. But so he called me that, and I went there. It was a night shoot, and I got a humongous sheet of paper. That was the dialogue sheet, and we are supposed to be kind of. So me and Ram and Baba Cheladurai are supposed to be arguing amongst ourselves in front of this news anchor, and that was something because I realized that I wasn't winging it. I was saying somebody else's lines, and yet I had to say it in a way that looked as if I was doing this, which is like talking as if it's appearing in my mouth. These words and these thoughts are appearing to me at that very moment, and I'm pouring them out. And that was a little difficult, and it was fantastic to have that first hand experience of acting. But did I want to become an actor? No, because went back to work. This was all. I thought this was just one of those fun things, bucket list things. Cool things that you want to do, like climb the Himalayas. No, 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 that's not me at all. But I'm just saying there are people out there who want to do that. So, but then I got this offer. I'm being very careful here because I don't want to name things or people that might kind of think. So I got this offer to play. I'm just going to call it scientist, okay? So I'm playing the dad of the heroine in the flashback. That means I have a little girl. The heroine is a little girl, and she's with me, and I'm in the flashback portions. And the heroine then drives the story. So I'm the guy in the flashback portions who does something important that influences her life now. And so I asked the director, which part of me looks like a scientist? And he told me, well, you look like somebody who can speak English. And I just laughed because I said, is that the criterion for being a scientist? Because all my dialogues are in Tamil, and I mean, except maybe things like telescope and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm speaking in Tamil, everything in Tamil. But then something just convinced this person that is a very nice guy, gem of a guy, very sweet, and like really really helped me improve my body language while shooting. But this one thing stuck with me, like, and if people call me for a role, is it because they are going to think I can speak English? I don't know. So anyway, that role happened, and then I think that film is kind of being dubbed right now. It's in the last stages. I think post production is going on. Don't worry, I will put it up on my blog and tweet about it when it comes, so you can all go and do the things that I do to other people, which is to review me. Then I'm doing another scientist role now. But this time it's not that reason. I guess they tried for a very, very good actor, but I think he didn't have the dates. And then they tried for another actor, and I think that person was in. I think he was unreliable. I think he was not in a fully like I want to act right now phase. I think he's going between things or whatever it is. So choice number three, BR it is, and this this thing happened. They said they wanted a completely non-BR look. So I'm not wearing my t-shirts. I'm not wearing, like I'm wearing different clothes. I don't have my glasses. So this is kind of how I look in the movie. Like wow, I think a little bit non-BR-ish, I think. But anyway, so that's the movie. And then there's a third film where this is a very interesting film. Again, I'm not going to name it right now, but the poster came out. Yes, I can name it. The poster did come out. It's called Weapon, and I play this guy who wears a black suit, a shirt, has bodyguards behind him, and I don't think I can say anything more. I maybe will say that I eat an apple, and it was one of the toughest things to do on screen while doing something else, because I was asking things like, how do you want me to eat this apple? Do I take small bites? Am I like really hungry? Do I, like do one Vico Vajrante on it? What do I do? Like, how do I eat this apple? And I think the director, poor guy, got a little frustrated because I was asking all these insane questions. But coming back to what these things are, all these films take a few days away from my work life, which I still, my bread and butter work life, which I still define as being a reviewer. But of late, I've also started getting offers to doctor scripts or look at scripts for a fee, which is always good, because I believe that when you are spending a lot of time on something and giving very, very detailed feedback, the fee that they give respects the time that you're putting into the work that you're doing, and the effort that you're putting into it. So I think all effort should be rewarded in some way, because this is a professional thing that you're doing. So I think, anyway, being the actor thing, it's come along with being the script doctor thing, and I'm writing a screenplay, which I started out as this bulky, massy mess, and now I've kind of condensed it, and I think it's streamlined, and I think it's okay. I think it's not bad. Still have to polish it a lot more, but at least I think there's a sense of a like a start to end kind of a thing that I can feel excited about, as opposed to, oh my god, how am I going to untangle these various threads of characters and plots and things like that I put in there? That's gone now. So it's like I'm in a happy position where I'm actually feeling happy to sit in front of my computer and say, okay, yes, today I'm going to begin typing. So all these things came about, and I think these things I think are important to do this, and which is like, what do you do at work when you're not doing your work? I think you have to keep doing a number of things so that you your brain gets a little fresh air, right? So my usual thing is watching a bunch of movies a week, reviewing, meeting a bunch of people a week, interviewing, or maybe some festival, whatever, film festival, something like that, right? That's the usual grind. And over these years, I have gotten used to that grind. It's not that I don't enjoy it. I love it when, especially when people surprise me with their views, or when you're talking to somebody, you're like, oh my god, really, this person, and then that person turns out to be amazing, a great conversationalist that tells you fantastic things. So I think that's wonderful. But sometimes you need to air out, and kind of get out of the routine. And I think acting, script doctoring, screenwriting, all these things kind of, let me air out my brain while still being in the same profession, right? Because I feel like I'm exercise, kind of being in the same field, but at the same time I am, how do I put it? Like I'm not. This is not going to be my bread and butter. I'm not going to turn into this actor full time, or thing. But I hope to keep doing the other things, of course, because acting takes a lot of time, and it takes away from the main job. So I can only commit to roles that require me for a few days at a time. But I think it's very important to do this in any job, whether you do this as part of your job, that is, I don't know, you know, I don't know how a doctor say would air out his brain. Sometimes it could be maybe looking at your phone and just chilling, but I'm not talking about that, because I have completely given up. One of the resolutions, I think in my whole life, one of the few resolutions that I actually held on to, New Year resolutions, was to kind of cut down on social media time. And that has really happened this year, and it has really helped me a lot. It's almost given me 2.5 extra hours a day. Like I'm actually able to do that much more work a day, or do other things. I listen to a lot more music, for instance. I read a lot more. So what I did is I just said, I'm going to go Twitter, Facebook, Insta. I'm going to post my stories. I'm going to, do a few retweets, do a, like maybe answer a couple of comments, and then run away. So I like really, really am like in that paranoid state where I go there, post my stuff, and then just get away from there. And I don't spend at any time. Maybe once in a while, if I'm in the car and I'm like stuck somewhere, I might just kind of go through a few tweets or something like that. But I have really been very good at it, which means that I probably did not miss it at all. I mean, like, it's something that I just felt was like, I was just doing it because everybody else is doing it. It's not like really, like, I don't really care about what other people are saying on my blog. Of course, I do care about what people say because they're invested, they're involved, and there are long comments which actually kind of make sense. But on Twitter, Instagram, you kind of, I don't want to keep looking at what everybody is saying under my posts or under my thing, because that kind of creates a noise in your head that sometimes is good noise, sometimes is bad noise. Get away from it. Anyway, that may be what they're doing. And or they may be, I don't know, like, I don't know if there is an equivalent in other fields where you can kind of be in the same field but also do something to freshen you up, to air yourself out. But I think that's what this opportunity has given me. And I'm enjoying it a lot because, as I said, the self consciousness has gone completely. I don't feel like, oh my God, this is me. I'm going to think I'm not afraid to make mistakes anymore. So if I fumble a line earlier, I might have. I think when you're younger, you really are too hard on yourself. Now that I'm a little older, I'm going to say little. Now that you're a little older, you kind of, you say, yes, okay, I fucked up, I'll do it again. So you feel more confident about yourself. You feel easier in your skin. And I think, had the same acting offer come to me when I was, let's say, 21 or something like that, I might have hesitated because I was so uncomfortable in my skin, and I was so like super examining every part of me with a microscope and going like, oh my God, this, like this is terrible. I would have probably looked myself on the monitor and fainted or something like that. But now it's like, shit, that's such a hammy take. I'm able to say that. That's like, so, like, tell the director, I think I really went overboard in that scene. Like, I was doing typically, like, those things like, because it comes to you, it says like, who are you means you do this. Who are you? I think not that bad, but something along those lines. So I think I was kind of trying to like over remote, and I wanted to dial it down. And luckily, the director too felt the same way, which is kind of a good sign when you know that you and your director are in sync about that exact moment. So I'm really enjoying this acting gig that keeps popping up from time to time, and I think hopefully they will stop casting me as scientists and let me go on to do other things. I don't know, oceanographer. I don't know. So many things are there, right? Author, like people who write these kinds of things, books. Remember them. So yeah. So just wanted to give you a little update about being an actor and what it's about, and really enjoying these little outings. In fact, today, as this afternoon, I have a schedule. I'm going to EVP Film City to do some driving around. I think they wanted to do some external shots that have to be sent for some extensive visual effects, and they thought they'd do it in the earlier part of the movie, so that they'll have time to kind of adjust the visual effects, which also means that these people have planned their stuff well. So anyway, you can't always have control over what it is. But the refreshing thing about not wanting to be an actor is that I'm not desperate like to say yes to every role that comes my way. If I find it interesting, if I find the director interesting, if I find the role interesting, if I feel I can devote the time between my other assignments, I can say yes. So that's one freedom that's there, which is very liberating, as opposed to somebody saying, I need to earn money for my family through acting. I think that's a bit of a privilege here. And yeah, so that's it. Hopefully, you'll get to see me on the screen maybe once or twice a year. And I'll definitely let you know so that you can go and uh, what is that thing? Do give me either bouquets or brickbats. That's the cliche, right? So yeah, we're let's do that. So you can kind of do that on Twitter, which I won't see because I'm not on social media. But I'm sure some kind soul will find a way to, take a screenshot of it and send it to me on WhatsApp, or put it on my blog and say, hey Bia, did you see this? And I'm like, fuck you, dude. I'm not there because I don't want to see this shit. And like now you're sending it to me, but that's what kind souls are there for. They are called friends, and that's what they do. Anyway, so that's it about my acting, and that's it about this podcast. See you soon in another one, and stay well.